once again, like through your life, you kind of tell the history of punk and even the proto-punk history too, right? Like it's in your DNA.
Yeah, for better or for worse, you know. But I'm like I'm like a living dinosaur or some shit. You know, it's funny because we were just on tour, I guess a couple months ago, uh, late December, whatever, and we did a show in Boston, and Cheetah Chrome was playing next door. Dead Boys, his lineup that he has was playing next door, and I went and I saw him, and we were hanging out. And my guitarist Dominic, he was just like in the room watching, and I swear to God, it was like he saw like us both tear up, like just hugging each other and just like you know that's really the generation that I was a part of more so than anything. I really grew up in that, and the difference is that I was like 12, and these people were all like in their 20s and so on. So like, and and what really hit me hard that night was like, first of all, it was great hearing those songs, you know, live. But what really hit hard for me was that like those guys were such fucking total fuck ups. Like, just like the debauchery was on such a filthy level, like just all of it, everything back then. And those guys were like champions of that, and so it's like on one hand, it's kind of like I got a lot of love for this guy, but I also feel like, damn, it's kind of like having abusive family that you love and still not being able to really come to terms with the type of shit that they did. Not that the Dead Boys ever did anything to me, but just like growing up in an environment where all the adults are literally like, or not all, but not my aunt Denise and so on, but like the majority of the punk rock scene at that point in time when I was a little kid were people who were like, shooting lots of drugs and just like, most of the punk rock couples that I knew were like doing live sex shows on, you in Times Square, for their heroin or for their drug money and shit. And a lot of the chicks were prostitutes, and shit was just it was fucking crazy. Like it was really deranged. So it's like I'm looking at this guy and I love this guy, and I'm also like, dude, how the fuck, it's no wonder that my life took so many fucked up turns and twists when like you were like the adults that I was around and looking up to and essentially raising me, just by association and environment. So, it's really no wonder that by the time I was 15, I was already shooting drugs and, of course I had already been like taking acid and whatever, all the things that eventually lead up to shooting up, And so it's like, yeah, man, like I got a lot of love for a lot of these people because they really, they were like my elders, but it's just like, oh fuck, man, kind of it hurt a little bit.